Hi and welcome back to my channel. On this video I'm just going to be showing you how I get a nice nail shape using dual forms and gel. Here are my natural nails. They're very flat, they're misshapen. I just don't like the shape of them at all. In fact, on one hand I've got a curve to my nail and on the other hand I don't, which is very strange. But I just even those out using dual forms, and I'm going to show you how during this video. I'm not a professional, so this is just the way that I do it. And I find it an easy way. So I'm not just going to show you using the gel, I'm going to go through the whole process of how I prep my nails as well. So this is the first thing that I use. It's a cuticle remover. It smells really nice and you only need a tiny little bit and it's really effective. So I just put a little bit on my hand there and then I just get a brush and brush it onto all the cuticles, and you need to leave this on for about a minute for it to start to work. And what it does is it'll just get rid of all the dead skin and make it easy to push your cuticles back. So now I'm just using this cuticle pusher to push the cuticles back, and then after that I'm just going to use an orange wood stick and then I can get rid of all the dead skin. And you just need to sort of wipe it off on a bit of kitchen towel, because if you've got anything like that on your nails before you put gel on, it will make the gel lift off and you don't want that. Now I'm only showing you on one hand, and I've sped the video up as well because, you know, it would take forever if I played it all back normally. So there I am, just with the orange stick. So when all of that is done and you've got all the dead skin off, you do just need to wash your hands just to get rid of any of that cuticle remover or dead cuticle that is still attached to your nails, and then just dry them really well. Try not to soak your hands in the water because that makes your nails absorb water, and they can shrink back after you've put the gel on, and that'll make it lift as well. So then I'm just tidying up the nail shape with an old file just to make sure there's no jagged or sharp bits on the edge of the nails. And then I'm going to go in with a block buffer and remove all the shine from the nails. You really try and get in there to all the edges and don't leave any that's not been buffed. So you want to make sure you get as much oil off as you can. So after I've done all that, I'm just removing any dust that I can with a fluffy brush. Get it all from the edges and everywhere like that. And then I'm just going to use some acetone free nail polish remover just to wipe down the nails and make sure that there isn't any more dust hanging around. This is a nail dehydrator that I use because I do have extra oily nail beds. It's just something else that helps them, the gel not to lift. So I'll put that on after I've wiped with the nail polish remover. And then after that I'm going to go in with the Canni Primer that I use. It needs to go over the whole of the natural nail. So you need to just fit the dual forms to your natural nails and make sure that they cover the entire nail from each side wall to the other side wall. It's better that they're a little bit big than a little bit small, because the gel, once you put the gel on, it does lift them up a tiny bit, so that can make them look a little bit smaller, and you want the whole nail covered with your gel. So I've already done these, I've already fitted them. And I'm going to use this base one thick clear gel because it's really, really thick. And it doesn't go anywhere once I've put it on the forms. If you use gel that's more runny, you need to be careful that it doesn't all sit in the middle if you leave it there for too long without putting it on your nail. So before I actually attach the dual forms or put any gel on, I'm just using a rubber base coat from Canni. It just gives the gel that I'm putting in the dual form something to stick to. And I just prefer, you don't need to do this step, but I just prefer it. I think it makes it easier for me. So I just cure this base coat in my UV LED lamp for 30 seconds. And then I get some of the clear gel and I'm going to insert it into that dual form. I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to do this. And as you can see, that gel's not going anywhere. It's not flowing, it's not going anywhere I don't want it to. But you just fit it onto the nail, you just press it down lightly. Make sure it's in the right position. And then what I use is this clip that just holds it in place so that I can use my hand then just to brush off any gel and that comes out of the top. It does sometimes move the form down, so you have to move it back up again. But it's really important to get anything that comes out from the cuticle, wipe it away. And you just saw me brushing the underneath of the nail then as well, because if you don't do that, it ends up with a big bubble of gel underneath your nail, and you don't want that. So when it's come out of the lamp, when you've cured it for a minute, up to 2 minutes, you can see that it's completely covered the nail. I'm just going to pull that bit off there because that's just extra, you don't need that. And if you look at it from the side, it gives your nail a lovely shape, so you don't have to work at the gel for ages and do loads of different layers to get your gel right. You can just do this, it's so much easier. A lot of the time I will use a second jewel form and I'll just put another coat on, but that nail that I just did was fine just with one, because it does put a very thin layer of gel on, so you might need another one just to make it a bit thicker. It depends how you want your nails to be. So it was my first time using one of these clips and I wasn't that impressed with it. It was quite difficult to use. I think I do have very small fingers though, nails though. So that's probably why this clip wasn't a good fit for me, because it did keep slipping off. But it did free my hand up to be able to wipe the excess gel off. Once you've got this down, it's really easy to do it. It does take a bit of practice, but it's so much easier than putting your own layers of gel on and fiddling with them and trying to move them around while it's flowing everywhere. I mean, that's just what I think. Obviously I'm not a professional, so it's harder for me to do it. So because I've got a hybrid lamp, I can cure this for about a minute and it'll be cured. But when I was doing the thumb, it's a little bit thicker and you use a bit more gel, and I did have to cure that for 2 minutes, I think. When I did it the first time, I took the form off, as you can see now, and the gel was still wet. You can see it just there in the middle, it's actually still wet. So what I needed to do was then put more gel in the jewel form, do it again, and just cover it up, which was fine because I needed to do 2 coats on the thumb anyway, just to get that nice shape. So obviously for your thumb, when you're doing it a bit thicker, 1 minute isn't enough, or a minute and a half, you need to do it for 2. So that's what I did the second time, and when I took the form off, it was a lot better. So there's just some tabs on each side of the form that you just use to twist it to pop it off. But you saw the thumb there, it's a really lovely shape, really nice curve to it. That's how they look before filing or anything. So you could just file them down and leave them like that. But this is how I like to do mine. I've filed them all down and buffed them, because that is where part 2 of this video comes in. I've got them all ready now and they are ready to have gel polish on. So this was part 1, just making your nails a nice shape with the jewel forms, and then step 2 is to add your gel polish, and I'll show you how to do that step by step in the next video. So if you want to see that one, I'll leave a link for it in the description, because they're going to be uploaded within a couple of days of each other. So by the time you see this, both of them should be on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to nails and you want an easy way to do it, I'd say that this is something definitely worth a try. The jewel forms are really cheap. I think I got mine off eBay for about £2. I did get them from China, so I had to wait for a while they were posted, but at £2 you can't really complain. That was really good. I would recommend using one of the clips as well. Even though my fingers were a bit small, it did help me to do what I wanted to do. So yeah, after the nails have been buffed, you just need to use a fluffy brush just to get all of that dust off. And then what I do is I just wipe them down with some acetone-free nail polish remover to get rid of any more dust. And then yeah, you can put gel polish straight over the top of them. You can use a base coat, which is what I do first. But yeah, like I say, that will all be in the next video. I'll also leave a link for the review that I've done of my lamp that I use, because that's another basic, so I think that should go well with this series. So if you want to check out that, just have a look at the link in the description. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful to you in some way. Please like and subscribe if you did like the video and you want to see more, and I will see you next time.